So have you ever downloaded a zip file from the internet and you unzipped it and it's full of text files or even HTML files and they're unreadable? Your browser can't make sense of it, your text editor doesn't know what to do with it. Well, welcome to the world of encoding, which comes to us from the DOS and early Windows days. We didn't have Unicode at the time, and so we had all these various encodings for different language groups. Of course, Unicode saved us from all that. Everything is UTF-8 now. But the files are still out there, and you can't read them, even if you know the language. So, I wrote this little thing called TextFileLab, which is a front end to several utilities, command line utilities. So let's have a look at this, which was in Russian. It's an HTML file, and you see here, character set, ISO 859. Okay, so these things have different names, right? So I looked this up, and this ISO blah 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 is in fact Cyrillic Asian. And now, if you can see, if you read Russian, you should be able to make out what's going on, right? Whereas if we just left it at US ASCII, it would make no sense whatsoever. Let's put it back. And now, since this is an HTML file, you'll have to edit this out after we've converted it, right? So let's save this. Convert. Alright. And we make that writable. And we open that in a text editor. There we go. And we can just take this out, close it, save it. And now if we open this in a browser, you should be able to see this Russian, because we've changed it into UTF-8. Whereas if we open the original in a browser, it is total nonsense, because Web Positive doesn't really know how to handle this particular encoding, but now we've changed it into UTF-8 and things is fine. Now all you have to do is learn Russian, right? The other example I've included is in Japanese, and it looks even worse. Right, so again you see a character set Shift JIS. Well, we don't have that in this drop down, but a bit of research showed me that MS Kanji should work well enough, and then you can save it out. Okay, so there's online help included, and I've also put in a little hex view for those of you who are not afraid of getting your hands dirty. It's not an editor, it's just a viewer. So you can see the input formats is quite extensive. The output formats I have restricted, because the point of this little app is to create something that Haiku can use, not to perpetuate ancient formats forever. The other thing is that this particular app constantly is polling to see if its file has been changed, and it is a resource hog. But how often are you going to use this? Once a month? It runs okay on bare silicon. In an emulated Haiku it is practically unusable. So just be warned about that. Okay, let me see if I can paste this video and audio together and put it up.